I was one of those kids who read a lot of science fiction. I grew up in the 60s watching, on the one hand, Apollo, the reality, and on the other hand, Captain Kirk, the fiction. And I think that melded in my mind into one image of possibility. And then taking the science fiction side of it, Robert Heinlein, Arthur C. Clarke, Isaac Asimov, Philip K. Dick, all of these guys, reading their books helped inspire me. And you know, it's interesting because a lot of the people in our movement come from the same background, especially those that are the investors in a lot of the new space companies. They are the kinds of people who grew up in the 60s. They were sort of the hidden spin-off of the Apollo program. You know, we have Jeff Bezos from Amazon building a rocket. John Carmack, inventor of Quake and Doom, the video games, building a rocket. You know, on and on. Bob Bigelow, owner of Budget Suites, building a space hotel. You know, Elon Musk, SpaceX, founder of PayPal, building a rocket, flying rockets. There's a bunch of them like that. And if you look at them all, they all came out of the 60s and 70s as children, growing up on that dream. You know, here's Apollo and here's Captain Kirk getting the babe. No, I'm kidding. And, you know, they went out and founded businesses in the quote-unquote real world, made a fortune, came back in, and now they want to live the dream that they grew up reading, and they want to make a contribution to culture. And the best way they can think of it, because they're, shall we say, pre-spun in the direction of space and science fiction, is to come into the space field and do what they consider to be to create an important contribution to the future in space. I personally believe that this movement, which I would like to clarify, there are people that talk about the New Space movement. To me, New Space isn't a movement. New Space is an industry. The movement is the human settlement movement or the frontier movement. And that's a very large thing. That involves all kinds of activities that involve the human species and basically the life of Earth moving beyond the Earth. That's the movement. That's the grand vision level movement. The engine that powers that is New Space. And I often will sit there with some of the young people in our cause and even some of the people that should know better, and I will basically lecture them and say, look, don't confuse the engine with the destination. It's so easy, especially if you're a techno geek or you know, have some orientation in that direction, to want to dive under the hood, to grab a wrench, to bend metal, to do things that you can actually see happen, you know, produce fire and smoke, as Tim Pickens calls it, one of our rocket guys. You know, and that's fun and that's easy, but the hard part is constantly reminding yourself why you're doing it. The why of it is opening the frontier. If you want to go to a level above that, the why of that is to expand the human species beyond the Earth. And the why of that, if you want to go to a higher level than that, is to expand the life of Earth beyond the planet. And if you want to go to a level even higher than that, going up the hierarchy of vision, the why of that is that I believe it is our destiny to do so. And, you know, when I do my talks or whatever with students or people outside of our field, I start with that. I want them to have a context. This is not rich boys and their toys. This is about something grand, something exciting, something powerful and beautiful.